All right, definitive protein cheat sheet. This is going to be a shorter video. It's pretty straightforward. But with this, honestly, there's no reason to not hit your proteins anymore. I will say, little tip though, you want to plan ahead, because that's really one thing I see happen a lot with my clients. Also, people I talk to in the group. People often start out with very little to no protein at the very start of your day. At your breakfast. Now, what happens? Like now, you start to kind of like lag behind. Now it's lunch, okay, and now kind of have to make up for that breakfast, which most people don't do. And then there's dinner, which is usually the main like protein, chunk kind of the day. And then like towards the end of the day, you're like, fuck, I didn't hit my protein, So to avoid that, I would say, and you'll probably hear me say this like a million times, but decide how many times you want to eat, how many meals you're going to have, so that you can break it down into portions. Because with your protein target, you don't just hit your daily protein, you eat meals, right? So I want you to think about that. Divide your daily target into X amount of meals, and then you know exactly how much to hit per meal. You want to spread that evenly throughout the day. It's going to be best for satiety, muscle building, etc. And that being said, let's just get into it. I want to keep it short. It's very straightforward here. So how to eat your proteins? You first get a list of land protein sources. So obviously animal sources, meat, and you'll see that these are ranked from kind of like lower calorie to higher. Not that it makes it like good or bad, it's just going to give you like an easy overview of, okay, cool, well, I want to hit, 30 grams of protein, which you'll see down here. How do I hit that while sticking to 100 calories, while sticking to 200 calories, whatever it might be, So that being said, let's go down. Other animal sources, same idea. So once again, if you want to hit 30 grams, you just check here, right? We got grams and ounces for our international friends. So you got egg whites. I'm a big fan of like those dairy products like skyr, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese. Those foods will make it very simple. Little tip, by the way, and I'll recap this in the end. To hit 30 grams for most meat options is like 100 grams, 120. For these kind of like dairy products, you're going to look at maybe, like let's say 100 grams is just about 10 grams of protein in most cases. So it's super simple. If you want to hit if you want to hit 30 grams of protein, you just get 300 grams of skyr, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, whatever. Now, same idea. Now we got fish, a lot of options here. You'll see too, these include some of the leanest options you will find. So if you're looking for something that's going to get you a lot of protein, but not that much, fat, for example, this is a very, very good one. A very good list to look at. Now we got some supplements. Let's be honest, it does help. Not the biggest fan of relying on supplements. And personally, I would say like if you're closer to 200 grams per day, then 2 scoops is fine. If you're closer to like, 150 or something, like 100, 150, kind of depending on how tall you are and how heavy it's stuff, maybe 1 scoop per day, like that's really enough. Like you really don't want to over rely on that stuff. But let's be honest, it's convenient, so I wanted to mention it. Got some options here. I will say, I did also add spirulina and then nutritional yeast, but those are more like additions to a meal. Like that's not going to be your main protein source. I just wanted to add that just for our vegan friends. Now, down below we got plant-based alternatives. I'm calling this alternatives because they are generally not your best bet for protein. Now, I do understand that everyone has different diets, so I want to make this list almost like a thing for our vegan friends, but also for people who are simply trying to squeeze in a little extra or sneak in a little extra protein with their meals, kind of like outside of their already chosen like protein source. So I would still say with every meal, try to hit maybe like a portion of meat or fish or like dairy, etc. Or something like eggs, for example. And keep those your main protein sources, and then these can be kind of like additions, like alternatives or like additions. So you'll find anything from like chickpeas to lentils, lentil pasta, seitan, which not everyone's going to do great with digestion-wise. You see, even oats are decent in protein. It's all going to add up. peas, tempeh, seeds, etc. Now, a couple notes here. Some of these will be higher in carbohydrate and or fats, so look at that as well. It's going to be much more difficult to fit in, and you'll see here too, like sure, you can hit, your proteins with walnuts, but they're also going to, give you a whole bunch of calories there per 100 grams. That is 700 calories. So you can see, hey, okay, that really adds up, So, hey, then a couple examples. How to hit 150. Initially, you wanted to do like a page with 100 and then 150 and then 200. But in reality, there's such small adjustments that I want you to like figure this out yourself, because I can't give you everything like just like ready to go. But I need you to be proactive too, because that's the only way you can figure this out by yourself. Now, how does it work? 4 meals. There you go. Examples. Greek yogurt, ham, salmon, chicken thigh. Little side note, you'll see this is probably like a pack or like 2 almost, I just wanted to fit that in, or, include that to show you like, okay, cool. Like usually you would go with 1 slice. Well, to actually hit your protein, you're going to need a lot more, So maybe there you could even like add a shake or something, but I just wanted to kind of include that, like to kind of make that point, Here's a 5 meal example, but hey, altogether, it's pretty straightforward. You see a lot of just like 100 gram portions, 100 something, 1 scoop, basically 1 tub. So it's all very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Just make sure that you hit 1 protein source with every meal. And then once again, that final tip that I kind of like gave away already in the beginning, for most people, like the vast majority of the people, 100 up to 150 grams of meat or fish per meal, 300 up to like 400 grams of dairy products like skyr, etc. per meal, or like a scoop of protein powder, gets you covered. Like that's 1 portion. So don't overcomplicate this. Just make sure that you stay consistent, that you include these foods, and it'll be much, much easier from here on out. So that's it for the definitive protein cheat sheet. I hope this is helpful. Let me know what you think, and good luck.